high chances there's a couple of things that you may be able to implement within your daily routine. Like number one, are you eating enough? That is one of the most important things. Sometimes, guys, we get so busy with being moms, working, taking care of our loved ones, maybe being, that the one that takes care of everybody, and we always forget to take up care of ourselves. So number one, are you eating enough? That's the first question you want to ask yourself. So if you have a pen and a paper, I just want you to jot down, if you remember, what have been the meals that you've had actually today, okay? And better yet, if you can even take your day back to yesterday, what did that day look like? It was Monday. How'd you start off that Monday, right? So the first thing that we're going to talk about is about the calories. Although with Herbalife, guys, we make it super, super duper easy for you guys, okay? So here's how easy it is. Number one, we already have a breakfast set up for you. We have our healthy meal replacement. Guys, it comes in so many different flavors, okay? We have chocolate, vanilla. We have the brand new mango con piña. We have so many different recipes. And today you can make champurrado with it. By the end of today's call, I'll make sure that I give you guys my secret recipe of how to make like a, I don't know, champurrado, atole, something like that. Drop a 5 down in that chat if you guys are interested in it, because like right now it's a little cold. So you want a little algo calentito. Just don't add the bolillo and the concha to it, okay? Because then it's going to be a different story, okay? So number one, how many calories do you need to be intaking? So here's what you can do. There's a couple of ways that you can actually calculate it, but I'm going to give you the easiest one. And with today's technology, sometimes it's easier to just plug it in. So write this down. You can write down my macronutrients calculator, okay? The other thing you can do is just go into Google and ask Google, how many calories do I need to be eating to lose weight? You're gonna get this calculator, you're gonna plug in your current weight, and then you're gonna plug in your goal weight. It's probably gonna ask you like, what is your activity, like your daily lifestyle look like? Are you very active? Are you not active? And then it's gonna actually let you know a little bit about like how many calories you should be eating. But here's what I want to share with you. The breakfast, we already have that taken care of. It's our shake, our healthy meal replacement. That's jam-packed with all the nutrients that your body needs, okay? The next thing is that you want to make sure that you have that snack, right? So there's really only a couple of things that you're going to have to find out what to actually be eating throughout the day. Number one, your first snack, right? And then your healthy meal. So I wrote down a couple of things just to make sure that I stay on track with the call, especially because I'm really not looking at anybody, just, But anyways, number two, we're going to talk about portion control. Now, here's the deal. The secret to getting some great results is not by having 6 taquitos de pollo that I just made for all these kids tonight, right? With some salsa verde and all this stuff. It's not going to eat that before I go to bed, right? So you want to make sure that when you're eating any forms of like carbohydrates, you kind of really want to do it in the earlier part of your day. So here's what I learned from some experts, right? In a lot of these Herbalife trainings and stuff. Normally around 3 o'clock, how many of you guys get like this sugar thing? Like you want the little Doritos, or you get this, like, I want something sweet, or you have that feeling of like, oh, let's eat some chips and salsa, right? Normally around 3 o'clock or so, our body starts shutting down for the day, right? Especially if you get up early, okay? So instead of you not being prepared, here's a couple of ideas that you can do to be prepared. Number one, you can meal prep these little containers and put some veggies in there. The other thing you can do is maybe make like a day, set a day, or, meal prepping really doesn't work in my house because my kids be eating everything in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times what you can do is you can get these little containers. They sell them even at the Dollar Tree and the 99, the regular meal prep containers. And what you can actually do is do one meal prep of like veggies, right? Do another little prep of maybe some like protein, do another meal prep of some like carbohydrates, right? Because see, carbs are what actually give us a source of energy. So whenever people have said, oh, carbs is not good for you, believe it or not, carbs is where we actually pull our energy from, but it's what kind of carbs do we have, right? So when I'm coaching my clients, that I have a lot of clients that have lost 60 pounds, 80 pounds, 100 pounds. I have about 4 clients that have lost over 100 pounds already. So I'm going to share with you that these hacks is actually what I share with my clients. Okay. So you want to make sure that if you used to eat like 10 taquitos, bring it down to maybe like 7, right? Or 5. You got what I'm saying? But you want to make sure that you start asking yourself, am I really hungry when you're serving yourself or when you're going back for that second? The other hack is ask yourself, have I drank enough water? Right? That's super important because when we're dehydrated, we will overeat. Okay. So portion control is super important. So first thing we talked about are calories. Make sure that you input all your information to that calculator and find out how many calories your body needs. Because here's another thing, you may be under eating. See, a lot of times when people get started with the nutrition, you guys, sometimes people think that all we do is drink shakes. And that is not the truth. I'm going to tell you that the times that I have had the best results is when I've been on top of having my snacks and making sure I'm eating enough. Okay. Moving on, as we prepare ourselves, right? So what are you going to be able to do to prepare yourself to have the right amount of energy, maybe to get that workout in? Let me give you a couple of hacks, right? So being a super busy mommy of 6, right? And running a full-time corporate America job and running my business, you know, this amazing Herbalife nutritional business, you know, I want to tell you guys that I get very, very busy, right? So here's a couple of hacks that I do. If you're looking to find me time, AKA a little bit of cardio, maybe a walk around the block, or maybe a little at-home workout, here's a couple of hacks. The night before you go to bed, like tonight, I'm going to recommend you to pull your workout clothes out. I want you to get your favorite clothes, maybe like, and let me tell you, if you wear something that makes you feel like you look like a tamal in it, get rid of it, girl. Don't even put it on. Because when you look in the mirror and you're not motivated by the way you look, let me tell you something. Even sometimes you may need to put on some mascara or maybe a little bit of lip gloss or whatever. But you want to make sure that you feel good, right? So the night before I go to bed, I actually pull out my workout clothes. I put my sports bra, my calcetines, my t-shirt. I love wearing t-shirts, by the way, and my workout pants, right? And I put them, I lay them out right when I wake up. The first thing I see is on my dresser, my workout clothes, okay? Now, the second thing I do is you want to have some form of like water bottle or a hydro flask. You know, we have these amazing Herbalife jugs that if you drink 2 of those a day, it's like a gallon of water a day, which is also another hack of losing weight, right? So these little small changes that you make all the difference in the world, okay? So your food, we talked about your meal preps. Get some of those little prep things and put them in the refrigerator. That way, when you're dying and like the beast comes out of you, especially now we're going to be picking up our kids again from school, you're like, instead of going for the Doritos and the, you know, the tapatio and the sour cream and all that, which I'm not saying any of you guys all do, but this girl from Chino, California was doing that all the time before. But anyways, what you want to do is you want to make sure you have those little prep things. That way, when the hunger kicks in, you already are prepared. By the way, hey, we have a product called Prepare. That Prepare, let me tell you something. I got COVID in December, and after having COVID, it was really hard for me to get this energy back. I implemented Prepare, our Herbalife Prepare. You can find it underneath the 24 line. And let me tell you, it has been a game changer. Okay. Game changer. Okay, moving on. Number 3, you want to make sure that you have your before and after photo taken. Okay. Now, these are the photos that, let me tell you, you don't want no one on Instagram to probably see it, but I'm going to tell you guys something. Sometimes we focus so much on the scale that does not define us. And by like, it's just a number, baby. Okay. But you know what? Where you will see your progress is in your photos. So take it, let the panza hang, whatever it may be, and take those photos, because what's going to eventually happen is you're going to have less chichi fat. I don't know if you guys had that, but I know I had a lot of it. I had it in the back, the side, it was falling out of everywhere. But thanks to that Prolesta, let me tell you, is that leaned it all up. But anyways, you want to take those progress photos, because those progress photos are going to allow you to be able to see how far you have came. Okay. All right. I think we have a question in the chat. Okay, perfect.
No, that was just me telling you that I'm going to be watching the phone from the phone.
Oh, okay, perfect. Perfect.
But I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
So I am the type of person. So first of all, thank you for last week's tip. So you guys, for those of you guys who missed the call, go back on the Facebook group and check it out because Raquel showed us how to not overeat. I was like, I never thought about that. So I've been drinking my lots of water before my meal. But here's my thing. Right after I eat, I'm like, I want something sweet. So do you have any tips on that? So like lately what I've been doing is I've been making a drink, like a sweet drink, which means like collagen, which is great for the hair. It tastes so good and sweet. I put a lemon in there, right? And but I crave sweet things right after I'm done eating.
Yeah, so I was the same way. After I would eat something, I'm like, oh, I want a panecito or something like that, right? What's been a really big game changer for me has been the Herbalife protein donuts. And the way I make these protein donuts, I don't add any additional sugar to them or anything like that. But it's more like, I think, like a psychological thing to where you're like, because think about it, whenever you go out to eat, you guys, psychologically, they have programmed us to eat. And then what comes after dinner? Comes dessert, el postre, right? Or you eat at your family's house and they eat, and then your mom or your tia is like, oye, ¿quién quiere cafecito y un bolillo? ¿Quién quiere conchitas or something, right? So we literally have been programmed since going out to eat that's normally what they tell us. After dinner, do you want dessert, right? So it's very common. So I do that. One thing that's been a huge game changer for me is as I'm eating my food, I actually drink my beauty collagen, which let me tell you, my hair was not growing. My nails are growing. The canas are coming out a little bit faster, but that's okay. We fix it with that spray. But anyways, I actually drink the collagen and I add aloe to it. And I'm actually drinking that with my lunch, which has been a big game changer. Another thing is after your guys' meal, you can also drink a hot cup of tea. Okay, add probiotic fiber, because what ends up happening is that when you add the fiber to the hot tea, right, it's sweet. And when you add collagen, you can drink it hot or cold. It's also sweet. So subconsciously, you think that you're having something sweet. And in all reality, all you're doing is you're burning and pushing down the food that you just ate to be able to digest it faster. Okay, so that's what's helped me.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, the next thing is hold on. I wrote these down just to make sure I stay on top of the tips. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys is about just adjusting your diet very slightly. Okay, I'm gonna now talk to you guys about some things that have really helped me, and I want you guys to think about this. Drop an 8 in the chat right now. If you guys, even if you're doing the replay, drop an 8 in the chat right now. If you guys want to lean out, if you want to make your body look smaller, right? I'm going to give you guys what has actually worked for me. And by the way, these are just all my personal experiences. You know, Herbalife does not cure anything, correct anything, but with good nutrition, it's unbelievable what happens. And if you guys ever get the catalog, you guys will actually see that there's so many benefits of different products that we have. We are not a weight loss company. We are a nutritional company. So here's my secret. Are you guys ready? I hope you're ready. All right, cool. These right here have personally helped me to not only help me with my emotional eating, but also my mental well-being. Let me share with you guys why. When I first got started on this, my 220 pounds was not really because I was obsessed with food. I was actually eating my emotions. I was very depressed. I was in an ugly space. So when my sponsor, thank God for her, when she shared with me that I needed to start taking these amazing omega-3s, which is our Herbalife line. Now, let me tell you what Herbalife line does. Visualize this. You go to Albertsons or the grocery store, right? You see chicken breast, okay? You're on this healthy journey and you see the chicken breast and you get home and you start cleaning the chicken breast. And what do you see on the chicken breast? You see all the yellow, right? That yellow is actually fat, okay? Which let me tell you, my mom's Cuban. when she was here, she's like, ay, niña, no tiras eso. Eso es lo más rico que hay, right? She would tell us about how amazing the fat fried was so good, right? Anyways, that yellow on the chicken is actually fat, right? So when we actually gain weight and our body goes this way, right? It's because we have a lot of fat probably within our system. So what does Herbalife Line do? Number one for me, I actually suffered from depression before I got started. I was in a really dark space. What Herbalife did for me, not only did it help me focus more because of the omega-3, but we have a special kind of omega-3. This is an omega-3 that you're not going to find at Costco, Target, Rite Aid, the 99-cent store, and I'm going to tell you why. I challenge you to try our omega-3. If you put one of our omega-3s in the freezer, you will notice that it does not freeze, okay? You can pull it out and it's still an omega-3. When you use other omega-3s out on the market, they freeze. And the reason why is because they have fillers in it, and ours are 100%. It's the best product that you can get. This is like premium nutrition for your body. So this is what happened with me with omega-3, the Herbalife line. Not only did it help me with my joints because I had a lot of joint problems, but it also helped me with my depression because it works with the brain, right? It helped me. And it also helped me by default. I started to lose weight. And this is actually what I've implemented in my nutrition program again since we started this challenge. And let me tell you guys, my clothes are fitting me better. I have, if you saw when we first started, I had a little bit more of a double chin. The double chin's almost gone. And I think all of it because of the amazing nutrition, but the omega-3s are really good. So how do I take it? I take 2 in the morning, 2 for lunch, and then 2 for dinner before I go to bed, okay? And this has been a complete game changer. The other thing, these are a couple of hacks that you can do to push you a little bit farther on your weight loss journey or to help you. The other thing is the Herbalife tea. Now, maybe you're the type of person that where you work at, you can't keep getting up and going to the restroom. This is pretty much tea in a tablet. The Total Control, actually, after I have my shake, I take it. After I have my lunch, I take it because you don't want to drink it on an empty stomach. This has actually helped me a lot with controlling my appetite. Yes, with controlling my appetite. So if you are struggling with still feeling hungry, you may need something which this is an appetite suppressant, which boosts your metabolism and it actually promotes weight loss. Okay, so Total Control is another favorite product of mine. And then this right here is the holy grail, which is the cellulose. The cellulose works in so many different areas of your weight loss journey. It's not only for people who are trying to lose weight, it's also for anybody who has like a little bit of cellulite, anyone that wants to eliminate water retention, especially with the summertime and the seasons changing. You'll notice that sometimes your hands start swelling or you're retaining water, so cellulose is really good. So omega-3, this one right here, like I said, has been a complete game changer. You want to go into the heart health underneath your website, go or get with your coach. But guys, all of my girls who are on their weight loss journey, who have lost a great amount of weight, these are the first tablets that I actually started recommending to them. And I want to let you guys know, wherever you're at in your journey, it doesn't matter what size you are beautiful no matter what. I think that a lot of times we're not even chasing a number on the scale. We're chasing a feeling that we want to feel. Like being able to go into the store and say like, I can grab that size, not having to change 15 times, right? Like I used to have to do, and end up wearing the exact same black clothes to the exact same party or go to work in the same clothes, right? So wherever you are at in your journey, embrace it. Take photos, document your journey, declare it on social media that you're doing this, tag your coach, you guys, because when you put it out to the universe that you're doing this, it's kind of like you start feeling like, you know what, I really got to do this. I really got to do this, So I highly recommend you guys to take your photos, document it. And every time that you're thinking about how far you think you haven't came, because you've came so far already just by even being here, right? That will reassure you that guess what? You're not the same the way you were, right? So when I look at my old photos and sometimes where I get like discouraged when I see a little bit of loose skin here or loose skin there, whatever, I look back at my first photos and I'm like, dang girl, you've came a long way. Okay, cool. Now, the next thing, you want to make sure that you are intaking enough protein, okay? This is one of the most important things, is that a lot of times we will think that we're eating and we're eating a lot of carbohydrates, and then you may not see a big difference. So what are different types of proteins that you can eat? Today, I'm going to go ahead and upload a guide like of different types of protein ideas. I'll also put some vegetables. So drop a 10 in the chat if you guys want to see something like that. That way I can upload that for you guys, okay? And the last thing that I want to say as we go to a close with that is just be gentle with yourself. Know the fact that you did not gain the weight, or you didn't, this didn't happen overnight. And we live in a world where it's like a microwave world, right? We put a hot pocket in the microwave, right? And it's done within 2 minutes. That's not what your journey is going to look like. It's going to be every day you just taking one little baby step to get to the next step, right? But if you don't take that step, you're never going to be able to get there. So one thing that I want to encourage you guys with today is be proud of yourself. Tell yourself all of your accomplishments. Tell yourself how far, like today I drank water, or today, you know what, I had my snack. And you have to like put little reminders, maybe even on your phone, like, hey, it's wake and shake. It's my workout time, right? It is, my lunchtime, workout, have you snacked? But in between those reminders, guys, I'm going to ask you just for one thing, please. I want you to set some positivity reminders on there. Tell yourself, babe, I'm proud of you. Let those announcements go off. Tell yourself, you know what? You are amazing, babe. You got this. Girl, come on, drink more water. Put those little notifications on, because we live in a world, again, a microwave world, where we think that everything gets done immediately, right? It's like we see today on social media, the girl didn't have a butt and now she has a butt. Wow, you may be doing 1,500 squats and your booty probably just that big. But guess what? There's nothing more satisfying than working hard for it and having it like, whoa, I came this far, right? So set those reminders, tell yourself about how beautiful you are. And I just want to let you guys know that you guys got this, okay? So if you guys have any questions, you have more than, go ahead and ask. I'm not an expert, but I'm just a mommy of 6 that's been on this weight loss journey. I was able to lose 68 pounds. I haven't had no surgeries, which I don't knock surgeries at all. I think that it's your body, and whatever you want to do with your temple boo butt, do it, okay? So don't let no one tell you any different. But, we're all in this together. So yeah, and that's my time.
Hey, awesome. Thank you, Raquel. That was amazing. So she said hot pockets. I was like, no, she didn't. I remember those. Okay. I remember those. So first and foremost, thank you so much, babe. And for all of you guys, I know that last week's call, I know for me, it was so helpful. If you guys have any questions, make sure you type them in the chat. We'll take a look at them, but also reach out to your coach. That's why we're here. And I'm going to say, you guys, we got 1 week down. I just want to tell you, I have lost 2 pounds. Hey! And I got to tell you, I'm going to type on the chat one thing you're going to implement this week, from this week to next Tuesday. Last week, I implemented the water before I ate, like drinking all that water before I ate. This week, I'm going to take on, what did you say? Set those positivity reminders. I'm going to set alarms with what'd you say?
Positivity. Yeah. Like just affirmations, like reminding yourself that you're doing good, And I think it's really important, because I think we spend so much time telling ourselves what we haven't done, or where we're not at, instead of saying, no, wait a minute, you're doing good. You're on the right track. These are baby steps to get you to where you really want to be,
So I am going to take that on. So I want to see on the chat, everyone's giving you claps. Everyone's saying thank you. Everyone's giving you happy faces. FYI, I'm not against plastic surgery. Just kidding. No, just kidding. Because someone said the booty boo. No, but set those alarms. So people are saying they're going to drink more water. They're going to add the omega. They're going to set the alarms for everything. More water with reminders. So you guys type on the chat What's one thing you're going to implement from this week to next week, okay? And as we're making those small changes, you're going to see those results. We have 1 week down of our 21-day challenge. I'm so excited. I implemented that, 2 pounds down. I am going for 2 more this week, so I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you so much, you guys.
Karla, real quick, how did you feel? Like, did you see a shift since you started drinking the water before lunch? How did you feel?
So okay, I'm gonna be honest. Okay?
Yeah, be honest.
I would forget to eat.
Yeah.
So let me explain, okay? Today we didn't eat until like 2 o'clock, almost 2 o'clock. Like I was like, oh my God. I realized, so let me tell you what I've been doing. I had my shake. I've always had my shake right after my workout. But one of the things that I would feel is I would feel really hungry. And I was like wanting, but I think it's psychological too, because I'm home all day. So what I did is I would have my shake, and in the same shake cup, I would fill it up with water, and I would drink my tablets with the water after my shake. So I noticed a huge difference with that. Also, I will tell you, confession, I wasn't so consistent with my tablets. I wasn't so consistent with my multivitamin and my cell activator. Okay, I'm just being honest. What happened was, yes, now they're not in the cupboard. They're outside right next to like where I always go. So as soon as I'm done drinking my shake, I drank the water and I took my tablets with the water, not with my shake. I went more to the restroom, like number 2. And I always go to the restroom when I drink my shake. But when I implemented the tablets, the cellulose, and the Herbalife line, I was like really going to the restroom. I implemented those 3, the total control, the cellulose, and the Herbalife line. I was pooping a lot. I was like, and I love that. I'm like, let it all go. That's the first thing I noticed. The second thing I noticed was that I wasn't as hungry. So I have to confess, I would be eating later. And so I have, like, today, my husband was like, what time is it? Right? Because he's on the same thing. I'm like, we're going to do this. And we're going to Cancun in April. So I would say that's probably why you always hear what you need to hear. That's probably why I heard about the alarms I'm like, I'm going to take that on because I forget to eat. So what I'm going to take on is, as soon as I'm drinking my shake, I'm going to put an alarm for 2 hours later to have a little snack. That actually is never a problem. I'm going to confess. I love snacky. So I'll have my snack. And then, but as soon as I have my snack, I'm going to set that alarm for the 2 hours after that to make sure I don't forget to have lunch on time, because I think that's probably why I'm also craving things after I eat. But drinking a lot of water made me not so hungry. So that's what it said. It said, I need cellulose. Yes, you guys. And the other thing I learned about cellulose this weekend was the fact that it also helps to balance your pH. So if you have urinary tract infections often and things like that, cellulose is such a great product for that. So, all right, guys, we're at the 30-minute mark. Anything else you want to say, Raquel, before we say goodbye?
No, I just want to say I'm rooting for each and every single one of you guys, and you guys are all deserving of feeling amazing within your own skin, guys. So just keep doing it, these daily disciplines. And let me tell you guys something. Just imagine, this challenge doesn't end now. No way. This is just the beginning, guys. I want you to start visualizing, where will you be next month? Where are you going to be with the month after that? Where will we all be in June, July, when it's summertime? You know, this is where we start putting in the work for the body and the results that we want to have for the months to come, guys. So mark it on your calendar. This is a consistent month after month showing up to this community. All
right. With that said, guys, make sure you guys post on here what's the one thing you're going to implement, and make sure you reach out to your coach if you need any support. Make sure you do your weigh-ins every single week. Make sure you reach out and comment, share. Thank you for everyone who's been sharing those awesome recipes. Thank you for everybody who's been posting, because I'll tell you, yesterday I didn't feel very good. I wasn't very motivated. I didn't wake up wanting to work out. I didn't want to wake up wanting to do anything. But when I went on the chat, I was like, oh, hell no. And so seeing everybody posting and things like that really motivated me to get back on track. So this is why it doesn't end here. All right. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.